so let me, here we go. Off goes the AC. You ready for this? Off goes the AC. Oh. Alright, so here we go. What do you guys want to talk about, huh? Oh. Fatal Rewind. Psygnosis game. That game sucked. Shadow of the Beast, another Psygnosis game for the Sega Genesis. Absolutely fucking impossible. That game I couldn't even get to the second level. The hit detection in that game was tragic. Target Earth, decent shooter. Everybody thought it was like the second coming of R-Type. It wasn't. Decent shooter though. What do you want to talk about? First time I saw the Neo Geo, who the fuck cares? Nobody had it. Nobody had the Neo Geo. I didn't know one person with a Neo Geo growing up. Not one person. Knew a kid at school, Michael, the kid had everything. He had everything. All the systems, all the games. It's like his father would come through the door like fucking Santa Claus every day of the week. More games, Michael. Here, more games. Talk about it. You know what? All you guys that complain that your parents didn't buy you any video games, you should be fucking thankful. Imagine a guy that comes home and he showers his kid with video games. You know what? He doesn't want to be bothered with the little fuck. Here, play more video games. Play more video games. While mommy blows me. The kid was a miserable, he was a miserable fuck. He was a miserable fuck. What did it get him? What did it get him? Nothing. What was the other time? Time I went over. Oh, I used to be in architectural drawing in high school. And, I was like that kid. What is that? Like the Omega gorilla that can go. Like, you know how gorillas, briefly seeing gorillas in the mist and just shows on gorillas and whatnot, they move in clans. And apparently if you get exiled from the clan by the alpha male, you're basically dead because you can't fit into any other clan. But I think this is an Omega gorilla who can move from clan to clan to clan. That's what I considered myself in high school. Because I could fit in with the nerds, I could fit in with the jocks, I could fit in with the metalheads. I kind of was like, a chameleon. So, in architectural drawing, I would sit with these two nerdy kids, Tim and Chris. And Chris was like your atypical nerd. I mean, with the shirt, the only thing missing was the pocket protector, but he had the glasses, the big rimmed glasses, and the face full of acne. He was like exactly what a nerd should be. And Tim was just like one of these off-the-wall nerds where he was super hyper. And, he would, like, piss everybody off and really one of those obnoxious nerds. He would go, every time he would walk through the hallway, he would whistle a siren noise like he was the cops coming through. Everybody hated the kid because he was so obnoxious. But anyway, I think he was misunderstood. But he's a brilliant guy. But anyway, so Chris is talking to Tim one day about, his father got a Super VGA monitor and how it's this and it's that and it's this, and I overhear this and I get into, I was like, what's wise ass kids, what's this? What are you guys talking about? What is a Super VGA monitor? What's this all about? He's like, oh, you gotta see it. He's like, the graphics are intense, ba 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 ba. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. I said, Chris, I'm gonna come over to your house after school. And now Chris wasn't a neighborhood kid. He wasn't from my area. He wasn't from my neighborhood. Chris was far away. So this was going to be like an expedition. This is going to be like, this is going to, for me, this was like going to the North Pole. Which is fitting, too, because it was wintertime. So he gives me my address, tells me roughly where he lives. And I can remember, I would go home, and because it's wintertime, you have a short, you don't have that much light. And naturally, you got to be home by dark. Bah, 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 bah. I get home, I hop on my bicycle, and I start heading out there. And now, how far would I say it? What? How in miles? If I'm going to put it in miles, this was far. This was across town. And to be honest with you, I don't think I was allowed to ride my bike that far. Anyhow. I get to Chris's house. Now, listen, I knew one kid with a PC, personal computer. People didn't have PCs, okay? PCs were probably as rare as... if you knew... for me, okay, I knew two people with PCs growing up, okay? Jude across the street, who wasn't allowed to use it. It was his parents. It was off limits. He had Prodigy for it. Prodigy was like... it was like the internet was just starting with Prodigy. You could go on, you can get sports scores, you could get check weather and news from around the world, stuff like that. The internet in diapers. So I go over to Chris's house, and he takes me into his father's. It was his father's office. It was his father's computer, but he was allowed to use it. His father wasn't there. His mother's in the kitchen making dinner. They don't know me. You get introduced. It's like that weird. It's such a weird feeling going into somebody's house that you've never been there before, and that's my sister. That's my dog. Ba ba ba. We go into his father's office there, and there is computer, and he tunes up Wing Commander on the Super VGA monitor. Wing Commander, I don't know what Wing Commander is. But it started off and it showed this spaceship, traveling through space and the stars moving and all that. And I gotta say, I've never ever, this blew me away. I am still on, let's see, at the time, just dabbling into the Sega Genesis now. And now, here it comes, this spaceship and whatnot. And the thing that grabbed me is this thing looked like it was like three-dimensional. It looked like nothing I've ever seen before. It wasn't a television screen. This was Super VGA. It was like every little pixel was moving, and you could see it. And there was talking. I believe there was talking, too. I believe that there was like this, it had to be on floppy disk. I don't think it was on it wasn't on a disk drive. It wasn't on CD. So floppy disks, I don't know. There was talking on it though, and the talking was clear and audible. It wasn't like, double dribble. So, that blew me away. Super VGA monitor, very, very cool. And then I had to ride my bike like a fucking rocket ship to get home before it was dark. So I wouldn't get my fucking ass kicked in. Alright, listen, I'm going to cut to the chase here. Where are the video games?
We don't have any.
You don't have any? No old video games at all? Kidding me. Alright.
Bye.
Have a good sale.
Bye.
That one is not for sale. If you want to rebuild one, this one here is
what
brand
a
new.
classic.
Your husband can rebuild one. That's 75.
You haven't lived until you heard Macho Man Randy Savage sing Tutti Frutti. You got the record for this? There's no record.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
It's the wrestling album.
Oh, it's got to be in here. It's going to be, you're going to see it like this. Is it? Nope. But it's got to be in here.
Oh. Any other video games at all?
You have some GameCube and Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Great movie.
50 cents, I'll take that.
Have you seen Mission Impossible? Much better than the play. Play last year for the church. It was kind of play.
Twisted Metal Black. Oh, you got more over here?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of PlayStation stuff.
Oh yeah, what do you like?
Nintendo.
Nintendo and Sega, okay.
Nintendo and Sega.
Oh, the original Nintendo.
The only Nintendo system that isn't good is virtual boy. That makes me think.
Right. Okay, so we got what? $1, $2, $3, $4, 5.
Wait. Okay, I thought that was something else that I've seen before.
Now you made me lose count. Okay, hold on. $6, $6.50. Here you go. Here's 7.
I don't know what's this.
Oh, who's in charge over here?
They're over there, I think. Great.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
What can we interest in today?
Got any video games? Any old video games? Nintendo?
Oh, we do.
If they come back in a couple of weeks, we will.
Oh yeah? Why? What's in a couple weeks?
I got a ton of them. I got a ton of them at my father's house.
Oh really?
I mean, like, I think there was 124 games made. I probably got 100 of them.
Really?
Yeah. And the original systems, too.
Did you open that page?
What?
Original Nintendo system.
When do you think you're gonna have that sale?
I'll probably be back in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you get the number?
Okay. All right, I'll come back. I'll come back in 2 weeks.
I'll do 5.
Have a good sale.
Thanks.
These people are freaking killing me. Oh, I got 100 games at my house. Oh, I got almost all the Nintendo games. Blah blah blah. But they're not here, so don't tell me about it. Wow, Space Panic. Space Panic. For the ColecoVision. What a treasure. Wow. Atari game. Amidar. Donkey Kong. Nexstar. Cosmic Arc. The Okay, what are you asking for these?
$2 each, $3 each.
$2.
Yeah, 5 there?
5, yeah. 5? Okay. Bithead 1000 here. You're tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And if you haven't heard that by now, well, maybe it's time to get the potatoes out of your ears. Bithead 1000 drinking coffee that was brewed in Paul Bunyan's jockstrap. What a show we have for you today. Listen, we need to get serious here, and I need to give a very, very big thank you to TOOTYUK, who is a huge supporter of this show, and he nominated me YouTuber of the Month for the month of August. And now the 16-Bit Brothers put on this wonderful award show for the gaming community, where there's a YouTuber of the month that's elected, and then he nominates 5 other YouTubers to become YouTuber of the month for the following month. It just so happens we were nominated and we won YouTuber of the month for the month of August. Wow, what a mouthful. And you know, and that's in no short order to the fact that, you know, on this show, our fans, the fans that we have on this show, they're probably, you know, listen, my fans are the most well-hung, barrel-chested, 6-gun slinging, boa constrictor necktie wearing motherfuckers. Woo! YouTuber of the month for the month of August. Bithead 1000 here. But I'd like to thank everybody that made that possible. You know, without you guys, we just don't have a show here. You're the reason why I turn on this camera every single week. And I truly mean that. So thanks again to the UK. He's a guy that supported the show so much. I don't know where to start. And you know, thank you. Okay, what a show we have. What a show we have. Where do we start? I tell you where we start. We start right here. Okay. Listen, there's a hierarchy when you go out sailing, okay? There's at the top of the pyramid, moving sales, yard sales, garage sales, tag sales, estate sales, church sales. Church sales are at the bottom of the bucket, okay? I'll tell you why. Because every time I've ever gone to a church sale, people are sitting in this big... People are sitting in front of this big church. All right. People are sitting in front of this church, okay, and they got all their stuff set up, but they never remember to bring the video games. Every time I ask for video games, they tell me that the video games are at home. They wish they would have brought them. Well, things were getting so late in the day that I think it was around 11 o'clock. I was getting antsy. I'm fighting with my old lady. I'm just in a miserable mood. And we passed by this church sale that had so many tables set up in front of it. I said to myself, how can we lose? How can we lose? So we stopped at this church sale, and guess what? God bless. Because here we go. There was a young kid out there at a table, and he had these PS2 games, a couple of GameCube games, a GameCube for $10. Thinking back on it, I should probably have taken the GameCube. But anyway, and a Nintendo 64 game. Let's get started. Tekken Tag Tournament. Tekken games are games I usually just walk away from, but for some reason that Namco label, it just grabs me. Twisted Metal Black. I've never played any of the Twisted Metal games. I know they have a huge following, a huge fan base, and I believe the Twisted Metal Black's a little hard to come by, so I couldn't pass that up. Suikoden. I'm saying that wrong. But it looks like some type of role-playing, maybe strategy type of game. Interesting enough. Clean enough. These games are all very clean. Resident Evil Code Veronica. One of the things I'd like to do is really brush up on all my Resident Evil games. I haven't played many of them. And naturally, I hear nothing but good things about them. Another Tekken game, Tekken 5. And again, a game that I bought solely based on the brand label Capcom. Devil May Cry 3. Okay, and this one is one that blew my mind because I didn't even see it on the table. The kid actually had to point it out to me. Sometimes you're so focused, you get like a tunnel vision, and you don't really use your peripheral vision like you're supposed to. And here it was, Mission Impossible. Expect the Impossible for the Nintendo 64, and it's brand new, still in the wrapper. An ocean game, interestingly enough. So there you go. I mean, I avoid church sales almost as much as I avoid church. So maybe that's something I'll have to maybe fuck. Guys, it's been a long day, okay? Maybe I'm born again when it comes to church sales. Okay. Boy, oh boy, this video is getting intense. I tell you what, I told my old lady, I said, throw another pot on. Throw another pot on. We're making history over here. All right. Enough of the tomfoolery. This next sale was so very, very exciting, and I'll tell you why. I love finding Atari games out at the garage sales. Especially when they're in the box. But the real thrill here was finding a ColecoVision game in the box. Now you guys know how I feel about the ColecoVision. It was my very, very first home console, and I found ColecoVision games before in the wild. As a matter of fact, we have a few here. I've never found one in the box. And I couldn't be more excited. Even though this box looks like somebody mistaked it for a bushel of grapes and they tried to stomp it into wine. But, here we go. Space Panic. Space Panic for the ColecoVision. A game that I've never had for the ColecoVision. Never played for the ColecoVision. How cool. But the label's a little dirty. It'll clean up very nicely. But yeah, a real thrill. Plays, sounds, and scores like the arcade game. I'll be the judge! Okay. We got Amadar for the Atari 2600. Donkey Kong. A Spectravision game, Nexar. And in a Magic game, Cosmic Arc. Cosmic Arc. Such a thrill to find retro, these type of very old retro video, the ColecoVision, the Atari, and even the Intellivision for their wonderful artwork. I mean, this is like finding history. You know, each box is a little different. Some have a little slide out thing like this, so it's nice to see how the individual games were packed. Some games only open from the bottom. It's just nice to see that. It gives each and every game just a little more character. So there we go. We got these 5 games for $1 a piece. $5 for all of them. Okay. So what's interesting about this sale is I was about to walk away and I turned around and I said to the lady, I said, do you have any other video games? And this is what she said.
I think like I would have to go look again. I think it's a Nat Geo or some Geo, like old, like they were like
No, like a Neo Geo.
Neo Geo. Neo Geo. Neo Geo. Neo Geo. Neo Geo. Neo Geo.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me present to you probably the most astonishing and important find that we've ever found at a garage sale on this show. Here we go. It's the wrestling album! Tutti Frutti, baby! Okay, so we didn't get the Neo Geo. But I'll tell you what, she said, you know, why don't you leave your number and I'll call you back. And we all know what happens. 99.99999% of the time, the people don't call you back. So what did I do? I took down her address. And guess what? I'll show up. I'm going to show up at her door next Saturday. Like this. Hello? Anybody home? Pinhead 1000 at the door! So anyway, yeah, we picked up the wrestling album here. Very exciting find. Look who's out there. We got the junkyard dog. Remember him? Rest in peace. Remember the ghetto blaster? Kick to the back of the head. The bumblebee, the killer bees, the bumblebees. Hillbilly Jim. Come on, all the greats. George the Animal Steel. Paul Orndorff. Come on, have some class, people. The wrestling album. Okay. Just when you thought the show was over and the fun was about to end, we got a surprise package. Look at this. I got this package last week. I threw it up on my shelf and I said, here we go. This is going to be, if we have a rough week or something like that, this is what's going to pull us out of the hole. We got this package right here from 97 Retro Game Nerd. He's been a huge fan of the show for a long time. And geez, you know, I never know what to say when somebody sends a package. I mean, I'm just overwhelmed by it. Look at this guy. He paid $9.60 to ship it. Hats off. Hats off. Let me tell you something. I'm a hard-working guy. I work 2 jobs. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. You know, I appreciate the value of $1. I consider myself very blue-collar. So when somebody does something like this for the show, for me, you know, I don't take it very lightly. I really, really appreciate it. So let's pop this open. I got to say, I'm more excited about this than anything else. So let's pop it open. I always bring my cutter with me because I don't waste anybody's time. All right. Okay, here we go. Let me crack it open here. Oh, see, oh, we got a note inside. We got a note. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What, are you kidding me? Look at this guy. Look at this. You couldn't get you couldn't fit anything else. You couldn't get a Scandinavian cunt hair in that box. Okay, we got a note here. Look at this guy. What are you kidding me? Hey, Bidhead 1000. I hope you enjoy the contents of this package. I had to search far and wide to find your address. Most of these have been selected to fit your needs. Also included are some games I thought you would enjoy. I hope these games are able to fit on your shelf. From 97 Retro Game Nerd. Look at this. Look at this guy. Pokemon Black version 2. Right on, and if I'm not mistaken, oh, I thought we had the box for. Oh, the guy had the box for Black at the garage sale. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Wow, look at that. It's a great start. What do we got here? Where do we start? Okay. Wow, look at this. We got a real conundrum here. He sent us NBA Shootout 2002 for the PlayStation. It's brand new in the wrapper. How am I supposed to bust this to smithereens when it's brand new in the wrapper? I don't think I could do it. Independence Day. The DS case. The DS case with Children of Mana. Very cool. Wow, look at this. Gauntlet and Rampart for the Game Boy Advanced. Wow. You know what's so intense about this? When I had my Atari Lynx, I had Gauntlet and I had Rampart for it. So a handheld from my past translates to handheld games for the future, even though the Game Boy Advance, it's not to me, it's still the future. For a dinosaur like me, the Game Boy Advance is still the future. Wow, look at this, it's still the future. But anyway, look at that, awesome. This guy knows me. I'll tell you that right. Look at this. This guy knows me. Namco Museum for the DS. Wow, what a great title. Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug 2, Xevious. The Tower of Druga, I think. Mappy, Galaxian, and Pac-Man Verse. Wow. Excellent title. Okay, look at this. Some Sega games in here. Desert Strike. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. X-Men. And look at this. We just picked this up. Tinhead. Awesome. Okay. Moving along. Whoa, come on. Here. Wow, look at this. Guardian Heroes for the Game Boy Advance. I will take my Game Boy Advance out of the cabinet and I will play this tonight. Wow, that is fantastic. Excellent. Whoa, would you look at this? This is how you know Fate has control of this show. Look at this. What did we just find today? This is number 5. And look at this. This is number 3. Suikoden. I'm not saying that right. Suikoden. Look at that. What a tie-in, huh? Wow, fantastic. Something's calling me. I'm going to have to play these games. And look at this guy. This guy sends us a Game Gear, and I imagine that this Game Gear actually works. Wow, what a thrill. And there's an adapter in here. I'm going to guess that you can use this adapter with this Game Gear. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to try it right now. Let's see if we can get this thing going. We're going to have to lose one of the lights. Hold on. Of course, we'll lose the most important light we have. And it just so happens to be Game Gear titles in here. Hold on a second here. Mortal Kombat 2. Let's see what we got. Wow, look at that. We got a working Game Gear, guys. That means I can take my other Game Gear and throw it in the bottom of a dumpster where it belongs. Okay. Let me get the lights back on here. Where's the light here? Wow, and there's a whole slew of Game Gear. Jesus Christ, it might be every Game Gear game ever made, for crying out loud. Mortal Kombat 2, as you saw. I'm not going to take these out of the case. It's Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage. Jeopardy. Super Columns. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic Tales. Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Spider-Man. Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. And let me open this one up. Look at this. Ristar. Wow, look at that. And also some Game Boy Advance games in here. Sigma Star, a Namco game. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Circle of the Moon. And Rayman Advanced. Wow, I tell you what, I don't know what to say. 97 Retro Game Nerd. I'm sorry, Retro Gamer Nerd. Oh, I'm sorry. 97 Retro Game Nerd. I want to get it right. I'm really bad with names and whatnot. But wow, that's quite a stack of games. And I got to tell you something. I don't know what to say. You hit the nail on the head with these games, and I really appreciate it. And all of these games are gonna find room on that shelf somewhere. As a matter of fact, we straightened out the game shelf over here. Basically, I was able to get all of our games. I don't know about this week, but I was able to get all our games on there, and I only had to take out this many. And this is just some doubles and some golf games that, you know, golf games, you know, we could pass on golf games. They could stay in the box down here. So that's it. I got some really big plans in the works for the weeks to come, so it's going to be very, very exciting. Thank you again to 97 Retro Game Nerd. I don't know what to say. I'm blown away by it. This is huge. We're going to find a very, very special place for all your stuff right here on the shelf. And I want to say a big thank you to the 16-Bit Brothers for their award show. And I want to say a huge thank you to TOOTYUK. This has been a great week, a momentous week. And I'm Bithead 1000, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Ah, jeez. Fucking battery. Oh. That's it. I got 2 dead batteries. That's where it stays for the night.